was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.
And we're live.
And we're back-ish.
Welcome to the Underdog Journey.
I can't
I'm
hear
Wes.
you. I gotta get my headset on.
He can't hear me, but this is David. And I think joining us, either it's Matt Harmon or my house is being robbed. One of the two. Hey, it's Matthew Harmon.
So earlier before the show, you said if it comes down between Matt Harmon coming over and being robbed, I'd rather be robbed.
Well, he does drink all my bourbon, so either way,
so
I'm being robbed.
it is both Matt Harmon and you're being robbed.
Right, exactly.
Nice.
The best of both worlds.
Yeah, that's how we describe that. Sorry, I was sitting here and doing my invites and all the stuff that I do before the show, and it just, I got swept up in it. I left my beer over in the fridge, so we couldn't start the show without the beer. I mean,
what are you drinking? What you drinking?
Well, let's see. I have that. I got one of these left because I drank two of them last night.
There you go.
The Hacker Shore Oktoberfest Meriton beer, which
nice.
I don't know. I might save that for a rainy day.
There you go.
I am going to go ahead and start with the Polliner tonight. Now, that is, for those of you at home, that's a regular size. That is that's a man-sized can of beer right there.
So to a normal human being who doesn't have elephantiasis of the hands, it's basically a gallon of beer. It's about this big.
And after the Polliner, I'm gonna go with a home brew here, not a home brew, but more of a local brew. I got some Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
Yeah, you know that really nice craft brewery, Sam Adams.
Well, it's crazy because I do spend a lot of time in Boston, right?
Boston's great.
I do spend a lot of time in Boston. I'm like, oh, what kind of local beers you got? And it never fails. The first words out of my mouth, we got Sam Adams.
Of course.
And I'm like, to the rest of the country, Sam Adams is just another Anheuser-Busch, right?
Right, exactly. It's not local.
It's not a local brew.
I'm like going to Milwaukee, and like, what's your local beer?
Yeah,
in Milwaukee.
I got Old Milwaukee's Best. I got the Beast.
So I'm actually drinking. I'm actually wrapping up some of my leftovers from Oktoberfest as well. I have Three Floyd's Monsterfest.
Okay.
Monsterfest, which is actually it's really good.
Tell me about that one. Do you have it in a glass so we can see?
I do. It's a really nice. I'd say partially. It's not fully filtered because it's not clear, but it's not cloudy. So I don't know if you'd call this unfiltered or not. But really tasty, Marson.
It's good. Looks really good. So
Matt, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking tin cup.
He's drinking Tin Cup bourbon, which is a great bourbon. If you haven't tried it, you guys got to try it.
I'm checking to make sure all my notifications.
Yeah, I'm sure you will be soon.
Phones.
All right.
Can't have the ding dongs popping up on the podcast.
Nobody wants the ding dongs popping up during a podcast. Not during the live stream, anyway. All right.
All muted there. I got one more phone to mute here.
What are you doing?
So I got three phones that sit on the desk here at all times. So I need to make sure.
You're very important.
No.
I have three phones.
No, this one is linked to that amplifier back there, and it runs an app for that amplifier. It's the only reason it's out here. But it still has all of the other, like the Facebooks and all this. It still has all that, so it still makes tons of freaking noise if you leave it on. It doesn't have service to it because I moved over. I went back to my Note because I like the Note better.
Well, unknown Facebook user
the iPhone
says,
is a work.
Unknown Facebook user says our favorite YouTuber is there, which probably means it's Shannon Black.
Yeah,
And Shannon, were you mixed up in this big fishing competition cheating scandal that happened? Shannon, do you have some
he wasn't directly involved. He was just sleeping with one of the guys.
Ouch. Ouch.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna say something along the lines of, no, he was just the one stuffing the fish.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good. That is not good. Shannon, look, you don't have to cheat, okay? Look, we know that you're not the top of your game when it comes to fishing. We get it. And we're sorry that we humiliate you so badly. But you are our favorite YouTuber. Everybody should check out Shannon, Real Life Outdoors with Shannon Black on YouTube. We got to have you back on again, Shannon.
Yes, we should. We really should. And this is a public service announcement. The more you know. The pollinator cans are pressurized, so when you crack them open, they will foam over. I mean, things been sitting here on my table for a while. It's been in the fridge there, but it's only been sitting here for a couple minutes. But still, it should have not done what it just did. I mean, look at this. Look at that. Look what it did to my beer.
That is a lot of foam.
That is a lot.
Pollinator's
of
a
foam.
good beer too. Pollinator's a good beer too.
Yeah. So we're gonna sit here. We're gonna let this stuff settle a little bit.
Yeah, let that settle out. So David, what's going on in your end, man?
Oh, what is today? Today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday.
Right. So I'm supposed to be on vacation this week.
Yeah, so you were going to go down south
happened.
a little bit, and I think you got a damper on that whole situation.
Well, I wasn't going down south.
Oh, your
hashtag
wife. Yeah.
The hashtag current wife was supposed to go down south. So I was going to have some, time in my own home here with the kids at school, and I had to make them breakfast and feed them. I don't know. There's bowls on the floors around here somewhere. I think it takes care of them. But there was a low pressure system that caused some issues that led to that not happening. So she screwed up my vacation by being in home.
It's
every guy out there understands, there is just a difference, and I travel a lot and everybody knows that I do travel a lot, and I'm, stashed here by myself and stashed there by myself. But there is something different about being out and about by yourself and being at home in your own home with nobody around.
Oh yeah. A staycation when you have nobody else around, the house to yourself.
Yeah.
Run naked with a drink.
And that's why we don't go to your house, Matt.
That's a good call.
That's a good call. How fast he came up with that is like he's had that before. That's a good call.
Exactly. And he does that when his family is around. So imagine what he does when they're not around.
Yeah. Can I post
No.
here, since we haven't hit the business topics yet?
Sure.
So today I was at CCAD, the college I go to, and there's several guys there who wear dresses. And I got to thinking how unbelievably comfortable that must be.
Well, it's like it's the new kilt, right?
Yeah, it really is. I'm thinking about switching to kilts. Now's the time to do it. I'm at an art school.
Look, if you got the legs for it.
I really don't have the legs for it. They're a mangled mess. But who cares at this age?
You've reached the point in life to where, look, I'm going to wear a kilt, damn it, whether you like it or not.
You can look at my scarred knees as much as you want or as little as you want. I don't care, but I'm swinging.
Hey, we don't need any story about how you got your scarred knees, all right?
Yeah, I wasn't going to go there, but Matt, we don't want to hear about how or why your knees are scarred. That is somebody else's problem.
Well, it's a long, complicated tale, so I won't tell it.
He was in the Coast Guard, so it could be anything.
Now, I will tell you, if you ever get a chance and have a strong stomach, and you get a chance to listen to one of Matt Harmon's just tales, and you know that 99.999% of it's absolute made up baloney. Listen to it. It's freaking hilarious. He paints a great story. This is why he is so good in sales, financially successful or not.
It's true. He weaves a good yarn.
He absolutely does. That tapestry is good. You really your goal your profession should not have been sales for goods. You should have been sales for yourself. I'm not saying be a prostitute. I'm saying you should have been a politician.
Oh, I would have made a fine politician. I would have lied right through my teeth. But
Exactly. Well, I mean that's I'm sorry. That's what I was insinuating.
I got you. Well, that's true. That's true. And I'm learning statistics at college, so I could be even better.
Wait, you're learning statistics at art school? Now I know that's a lie.
I am. I'm learning statistics right now.
What statistic did you learn at art school?
50% of art schools are teaching statistics 90% of the time.
Okay, that's a fair statistic.
It's 73%, man. 73% is the percent that what's the guy from How I Met Your Mother? Neil Patrick Harris. That's the percent that Neil Patrick Harris's character on the show uses every time he makes up a stat.
Really?
It's like, did you know that 73% every time? So anytime you're going to make up something, you got to use 73%.
All right, from now on, it's
good to know.
And every llama.
I mean, any chance you get to tip your hat to Neil Patrick Harris, you got to do it.
Yeah, he's awesome. We got to get him on the show sometime. I know he watches. So,
well, we got a waiting list. So
NPH, I know you're watching. Feel free, pop on. We'll get you on here, man.
Is that new Bitcoin?
NPH? Yeah, the NPH. It's going to the moon. So
Okay.
it's the next Doge.
It's the Dogecoin index.
It's true. Elon Musk is big into the NPH.
I can't begin to tell you how much I don't want to learn about Bitcoin.
Well,
I mean, is that a class you have to take?
No, but every time I feel like I'm around Wes, I just worry that he's going to try to teach me about Bitcoin, and I'm going to have to listen.
No. Bitcoin's not what you have to worry about. It's the NFTs.
Oh, we can rant about some NFTs.
We're gonna change his name here. If he goes off on a NFT rant, he's getting his name changed from Wes Carnahan to Butters.
Look, if I were a shady dude, I could sell some NFTs. So don't tempt me. I can make some money on those. So unknown user Shannon Black says almost to Lexington, heading home from land between the lakes and watching the #1 podcast, The Underdog Journey. So Shannon, thanks, man. You're a good dude.
Well, I mean, he's finally our professionalism is paying off.
Well, finally.
If we're being fancy, I got my coasters for my beer then.
Hey, actually, David, you do have some news on this. Matt just asked, what's the news on you buying Shannon a boat?
This just in.
My understanding is you're actually in the market for a boat, so Shannon, you can be in luck.
I am in the market for the boat. I was actually before the show. We were sitting here looking through here, and I'm just scrolling through because I got rid of my other toy today. So the family has all been like, "Hey, we live right next to this massive 20-mile long lake. Let's get a boat."
Dave, you don't know what you're doing on the water.
So David Leffingwell, the big city New York guy, just sold his Corvette, and he's going to buy a boat. So look, he's really scrounging for money. That David Leffingwell, he's.
I don't live anywhere near anything at all that resembles a city.
New York City.
It's like
so. David Leffingwell is the guy who can never eat paste picante sauce because he lives in New York City.
Dude, straight up, I told you this. I've already told you this. That if we ever get a chance to go downtown in New York, I want to set up just a quick fake fire pit with the rags that blow up and everything like that. And I just want to sit there and just do a quick thing at Times Square. And then of course they'll come and arrest us.
Right.
But it'll be legendary.
Yeah, NPH is gonna be there saying legendary. That's the whole thing.
Legendary. All right, can we move past the NPH stuff now?
Let's move on. So David, we are in the process of organizing a new fundraiser, and this one doesn't involve the best fishing competition in the world. This involves cigars.
Yes. And before we get to that, while we're on the topic of cigars right now, behind me is a box. We actually opened this box.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Good reference. It's 7, by the way. We actually opened this box on the show long time ago, and it is from Metallica's Blackened labeled whiskey.
Yeah,
and
nice. That's good whiskey.
So now they're coming up with an all Maduro, which is a type of tobacco. And it's called the M81, which is the year that Metallica was founded, cigar. And I showed you a link to it earlier, and we don't need to pull it up, so don't worry about that. But I am really super excited about it, and I think that we don't know exactly when it's going to drop. I know at the Big Smoke out in Las Vegas, which is early to mid-November, they're going to be giving some of them away. And I'm debating on whether I want to try to make an emergency trip out to Vegas.
Trip to Vegas. Yeah,
an emergency
no big
trip.
deal.
It's an emergency.
Between his Corvette and his boat shopping, he's going to make an emergency trip to Vegas for cigars.
I sold a Corvette. I'm not a Corvette owner anymore, man. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, he had to sell the
gone.
Corvette for cigar money. So look, I get it.
Yeah, that's what it is. So we've got, and I showed you last night, was it? That Weller and Cohiba did a collaboration, because we've talked to you guys tons and tons about collaborating with people, and it doesn't work just only with the small guys on YouTube channels and things like this. So Weller, the bourbon, the original wheated bourbon, and Cohiba, literally one of the number one cigars in the world,
yes, made
a collaboration where the cigars are aged in old Weller wheated bourbon cigar or bourbon barrels.
That is awesome. Those sound amazing.
I can't wait. It's a little more richer, a little more full flavor of a cigar than I would typically go for. But I have had some bourbon cigars before, namely the Maker's Mark when they used to make the Maker's Mark. I actually did really like it. It was the only cigar before I really got into it moving up here that I would have and be like, all right, yeah, I can enjoy this. I can enjoy this, understand this. But now that the M81 cigar is coming out, and they're going to have multiple sizes, and the prices. Oh my God, the prices are so low, so low.
These things they're practically giving away these Cohibas.
Yeah, they're like 10. No, not the Weller. No, the Weller Cohibas. Those are $30 a stick.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about.
No. The M81s.
M81s.
From
Metallica. Got it.
They have some of them like $10, $11.
Well, that's not bad at all.
Like a third of the price, and it's got multiple sizes. Actually, I think some of them are under like $9 and something. Okay, yeah, I'll do that all freaking day long. So it's gonna be great. Now, feeding out of the cigar world, we've been talking about, and we're still trying to hammer a date, because I really need to get back over to Columbus so that we can meet with some people, shake some hands, and get some dates, some hard dates onto the paper. So I would say within. I don't know if it's going to happen between this broadcast and our next one, but in that general vicinity is when we've got to put some stuff down, and that proceeds go to
Cigars for Warriors.
Cigars for Warriors.
There you
go. Sorry, we should have we
didn't. In case you don't know, we haven't practiced any of this, so yeah.
Yeah, we don't practice. We just do. I'm off the cuff. So, Cigars for Warriors, it's a charity event that we've been talking about. We're going to continue to talk about, because we love what they do, and we want to get more people involved in supporting this charity. Now, there's nothing in it for us. We are not official spokespersons for them. They don't ask us to do anything. They don't give us anything to do anything. It is straight up, we found out about this, and we were like, oh my God, we absolutely love it.
Yeah, this is just a cool charity.
We want to help out as much as possible. So the basic premise behind it, for most of you guys should already know this, but is they take donations, monetary and cigar good-wise, and our servicemen and women around the world can request these. A simple click of the button up on the top there. I think Wes will go ahead and click on it all the way to the top. Request cigars, and you can fill this out, and they will send cigars to your group or platoon or whatever the fancy word is. The guy in the back there, he was the only of the three of us that have military background. But he was
military.
In Coast Guard.
Coast Guard.
I don't know what that is. Is that?
I'm not making fun, but I'm just saying.
Is it hotel clicks? Is that what that is?
What?
5 clicks to the Coast Guard is how many times they hit the button on the remote control or something? I don't know.
On the water, you don't say clicks.
Oh, you don't say clicks? Knots? Is it knots?
Nautical miles.
Nautical miles.
Leagues? Were you leagues? Tell me you got to use the word leagues.
Sure, we use leagues all the time.
That's
okay, good. All right. All right, I feel comfortable now.
It's 20,000 leagues to the next pirate ship.
20,000 leagues to the next tangent. What do you think they're going to use at Space Force?
Light seconds. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so this Cigars for Warriors. That's excellent charity. And we really want to get behind it. And there is a cigar shop in Powell, Ohio called Stokey's that we're going to be reaching out to. We're hoping that he's part of it. If he's not, this is a guy's name is Hassan. And if he's not now, we are almost guaranteeing he will jump at this opportunity to bring this to him, because he is about as red-blooded American and go for it and oorah as you can get.
Yeah, this is right up Hassan's alley. So if he doesn't know about this, he will definitely jump on board.
Yeah. So hopefully, and I don't know what the time frame is. I've got games and stuff this weekend. I think I have a little bit of flexibility early next week, but we'll see. We'll see how it all shapes out and how it works out, and it go from there. But hopefully we get, I tell you what, Wes, the goal would be between now and then to get a date and a location for what we're doing.
Yep. So, so we need to lock down a date, lock down a location, and more to come on the fundraiser for Cigars for Warriors.
Yeah.
Now that Shannon Black is actually paying attention, we also need to start planning for next year's fishing competition. Because I plan again to completely destroy Real Life Outdoors. With Shannon Black.
Absolutely. It was like they didn't even try.
He didn't even try. He didn't have a single cigar the entire time.
They didn't bring a single cigar with them.
No.
They didn't have a bottle of bourbon. They had nothing.
It was a dry lake. First of all, who fishes at a dry lake? I mean,
that is a must. So Shannon, you need to be on this. Fat Kid Cupcake, me Cupcake. What was that?
that was for the main subject. I just clicked the wrong button there.
I'm like, wait a minute, is that a squirrel?
That was
like you're literally squirrel.
I think that was a groundhog.
Whatever. It was only on the screen for a moment. We couldn't see whether it was a groundhog or a beaver. We have no idea. So
anyway, we have a couple fundraisers coming up. One is Cigars for Warriors. The next one is going to be this coming spring, which is the third annual fishing competition between the Underdog Journey and Real Life Outdoors with Shannon Black. Check him out on YouTube. He's not the best fisherman, but he's entertaining.
Entertaining to watch. Yeah. Entertaining to watch. And to date, he has not fed one fish a lead sinker. So
that's true. He does not cheat. That is,
he does not stuff his fish with lead.
You should never say someone doesn't cheat. We don't know if he cheats.
Well, look, maybe he's really good at. Fair point. Maybe he's really good at cheating. We just don't know.
Really good.
David, I still say on our way to the next fishing competition, we need to stop at like a Kroger or something with a really good seafood department, and we'll get some swordfish. We'll get like a nice fillet, maybe a lobster or two, and just throw them. Put them on the hook.
What we should do is okay. If we're gonna go absurd levels, let's. I mean, I'm a big fan of anything worth doing is worth overdoing. Is we reach out to just some taxidermists and see what do you have laying around? I mean, it could be a muskrat for all I care, and just throw it on there.
We need to find
a swordfish or
I'd say we need to find an old like a taxidermied marlin. That'd be pretty cool.
They can send it on the board too. I'll still try to pretend like I caught it.
Right. Exactly.
Let's catch this on oak.
Or we could find the smallest fish possible and stuff it as full of lead as possible until the thing weighs like 50 pounds.
Only thing that counts is the fish and the sinker, and we have
the
fish, which is a little minnow, and then my Escalade.
Right.
That's what we use for the sinker. Actually, we don't do that. I don't want my car near the water.
Well, there you go. So Shannon Black says he is on the lead-free channel, and apparently he said he's going to bring some cigars. So Shannon,
nice.
We'll hold you to it, man.
Yeah, better. So actually, Shannon actually had some pretty decent content out this last few days from where he was, and land between the lakes, land of lakes. I don't know. He was maybe making some butter. I'm not really sure about the details of it.
He was dressed in cosplay as the Lando Lakes lady on the front of the butter.
They're gone. She's gone. It's America, man.
He's bringing it back.
We kicked the Indian off, and we kept the land. That's what happened.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Jeez,
oh,
David.
that was funny.
There is.
That's one of those. Okay, here we go.
No,
Hey, I finally got us on the screen.
We're not getting political.
No political.
That wasn't political. That was a joke.
Don't get us kicked off.
Joke.
It's true. I mean, look, we could make it political very easily, but we won't. We're not going there.
Yes. Okay. Laura Black said hi. I literally just got it up on the other screen over here.
Oh yeah, we already said hi.
Not been painted. Oh, we did say hi. All right. Well, hi.
I'm ashamed.
Hello.
Your mother. Why are you calling her?
David Leffingwell's a terrible son. It's true.
I am.
Everybody knows it.
Absolutely horrific. Absolutely. I don't know how to sleep at night. All right. So I think that wraps up Jibber Jabber.
Well, we do have some more news. We have one more news item. So for those of you who have been living under a rock, not Iraq, that'd be a weird place to live. Unless you live in the caves in Iraq. Elon Musk actually agreed to buy Twitter at its original selling price. So, in case you don't remember, he originally made the offer to buy Twitter for $44 billion billion with a B, and he actually pulled back on that offer because he believes that Twitter was being disingenuous, shall we say, about the number of actual users versus bots. And I don't blame him there. So Twitter, it's a whole thing. They're going to make a movie about this. So Twitter tried to sue him to say, no, you have to go through with this offer now, because they think they're screwing him for whatever reason. And he said, okay, well, we'll have to take it to court. So the court date was actually scheduled for sometime in October. Well, now before the court date, Elon Musk is now coming back and saying, no, you know what? We'll go with the original offer, $44 billion. It's contingent on the judge actually dropping the court case. That's fine. If both parties agree, the judge has no reason to keep the court case on the books. So it's going to get dropped. And as long as all the backers of the original $44 billion acquisition offer are still in place, Elon Musk will effectively own Twitter. So that's
I might start tweeting.
Look, I might go back to Twitter. I don't know. I dropped Twitter a long time ago.
I won't.
I dropped Twitter a long time ago, but I'd like to see what changes they make. Because here's the thing. He's look, like him or not, he's
insane. Love him.
Well, he's a genius businessman, right? He wouldn't try and buy something for $44 billion if he didn't think there was potential for it to become something bigger than it currently is. I think he has plans that we just don't know about as far as what he's going to do with the platform. Is he going to keep it in its current form? Is he going to make changes to it and it's going to evolve into something brand new? Who knows? He could be buying this as a tech base to build something much bigger. Maybe he's taking our advice and he's going to bring back MySpace. Look, I wouldn't put it past him. I think he could have got MySpace at a much better deal, frankly. He wouldn't. MySpace is definitely not worth $44 billion, but he totally could have. So that's interesting. The whole thing is really, really interesting. Whether you like him or not, you got to admit, the man has chutzpah.
Chutzpah.
Chutzpah. I think that's how you say it.
All right.
Exactly. Exactly. One of those. So
we're gonna back away from that.
Yeah, we're not gonna. Anyway, so the main topic of today is today's the third week of doing alternate social media. So the reason it's taking 3 weeks to get through this is because there is so much as far as alternate social media. People think social media, you think, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
And Rumble.
Well, now you know about Rumble, but a lot of people didn't know about Rumble. So
do you know about Vera?
Vero, not Vera.
Yeah, I said
Vera is Vero's mom, and she's from the 60s. Sounds like a 60s lady's name, doesn't it?
Sorry, I'm a Downton Abbey fan, so Vera is Bates's wife's name. So
yeah, I'm an actual man with testosterone flowing through my blood, so I don't watch Downton Abbey. So
yes, let's go back to your talk about skirts and dresses there, please.
That was Matt. That was Matt.
Yeah, Kevin Clausen were like, they're kilts.
Look, kilts are not the same as dresses. Real men wear kilts.
Well,
I've got the legs to pull off kilt.
Well, that's true. Look, maybe you could get a kilt in a nice floral print, or a nice floor length.
Hey, look here. Just because you would be out in the field working and I'd be inside the castle living luxury, don't hate on me for liking this show.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying that.
You're walking danger. You're sailing perilously close to the window.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying the way you stick your pinky out when you drink your beer is telling. He's watching Downton Abbey and he's sticking his pinky out when he drinks his beer.
Not on this glass, because this is a man-sized glass. But normally when I do that just because there's no room for the bottom and there's nothing there.
It's true. For those of you watching,
because the cans are just too small.
For those of you who don't know, remember the scene in Lord of the Rings where it showed Gandalf's hand next to Frodo's, and David was actually the hand double for that giant hand that sat over Frodo's hand.
Yes, that's where I got my break into Hollywood.
It's true. For those of you who don't know, So the main topic for today, though, is alternate social media. So kind of what got this whole thing started. We'll do a quick recap.
But Neves, Freddy is the devil.
Freddy is the devil. What?
It's from Good Morning Vietnam, where he's rewriting, playing the thing backwards. Anyway, go ahead. we were rewinding and recapping why we're here talking about this.
I promise you, nobody got that, David.
I mean, I got it.
It's just a backdoor Good Morning Vietnam reference that nobody remembers in the first place.
Which is acceptable in all cases.
All right. Well, the only saving grace is it was Robin Williams. The simple fact that nobody remembers that part of the movie at all is something else.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Anyway. You all go home and think about what you've done with your lives if you don't know that specific scene out of Good Morning Vietnam.
It's true. Go home and
I could probably reenact the entire thing right here from memory.
Go home and rewatch all of Robin Williams' 1990s catalog so you can get all the references. Moving forward, the Underdog journey is very, very up to date with our movie references.
Yes.
So Shannon Black says he received the invite from the Reels.
Wait, look at it.
What?
Dead air.
Well, David was saying something.
No, I'm interested in this. I just seen that pop up.
Yeah, he said.
No, I just seen that pop up. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, either describe what you're saying or let me describe what you're saying. Okay, so there was Shannon Black left a comment saying he received the invite from Reels on Facebook to monetize his Reels the other day. So Shannon, let us know if you're monetizing. We had to get Shannon Black on to talk about monetizing his YouTube channel and his Facebook stuff. So, actually, well, Reels, that'd be Instagram. So let's see what he's doing there. But Shannon,
yeah, I'd like to hear more of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely want to see what it looks like and what kind of numbers he's pulling as far as the Reels go, what kind of views, what kind of minutes,
right.
And then, of course, what kind of revenue we looking at.
Right, absolutely. So what kind of got this whole social media thing started, this alternate social media thing started for us is I have this other thing going on where I talk about pipes and pipe tobacco because I'm a nerd. And I on my Instagram,
this is true.
My Instagram account, I was at 999 followers. I was just about to break 1,000, and Instagram came back and said, "Oh, we noticed some suspicious activity on your account." Oh, nice, got the Blanton's horse there.
That's your O.
Okay, we have people coming down. Yep.
Awesome. Oh, we have people coming down.
We got people coming down, and there's my current wife starting conversation.
So basically, what happened was Wes got locked out of one of his channels that he's doing, and there was some kind of black magic going on in the background because of the taboo nature of his content.
Not necessarily in this case. So yes and no. So you're right, but you're wrong about the context. In this case,
I'm right on
Instagram. With Instagram, they said they noticed some suspicious activity. So they locked the account and they said, click this. We'll send you a confirmation link, a confirmation code. You can enter the code, get back into your account, and reset all your stuff. Okay. Well, guess what? They never sent the confirmation code, and they never will. There are a lot of people that I'm finding that have this exact same problem where they're completely locked out of their account, and there's zero way in because unless you have a blue check mark next to your name, there's no way to fix it. So now what you're talking about, David, is with the subject matter of what I talk about, which is pipes and pipe tobacco. A lot of social media platforms don't like tobacco. There's kind of a war on tobacco right now. Even though it's different from cigarettes, don't get me started on that. But YouTube also, I'm completely unable to monetize my YouTube stuff. No matter how big I get, I cannot monetize. And whenever I have live streams, things like that, which I try to have, once a week, once every other week, I cannot mention the word tobacco in the video description. Otherwise, they turn off the live chat on the video. So I have to be really careful about what I say when I'm doing things like live streaming. So it got us thinking, we need to start talking about other social media platforms. So if you get shut down here, you're not gone. You don't put all your social media eggs in one basket. You spread it out over these different platforms to keep your audience aware of what you're doing. Because how many times have how many of us have like one main person on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook that we love to see their content? And if they disappeared one day, we'd have no way of finding out what happened to them. Where'd they go?
Yeah, where'd they go? Where can I go to consume that content?
Or at least find out why they're not on that main platform anymore.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? If they get kicked off of Twitter and Facebook, YouTube, and possibly Instagram at the same time, where are you going to go? I don't know. But there are dozens of other social media platforms that you can go through. So the first one we went through, we're not going to give a full recap, but the first one was an alternate to Instagram, since that was the main one that kicked me off first. The alternate to Instagram is Vero, Vero. Check it out. It's actually a really good platform. I've been using it, and it has some growing pains. It has some developing to do, but it's getting there.
Hopefully it'll evolve, but keep its core and its core identity, which is something we've talked about more than one time, is, feeding that core of the people that are going to bring the revenue to you. In this case, is viewership is what you're looking after in this specific scenario.
Right, exactly. So Shannon Black says one of his reels has 12.3 thousand views on it. He has over 1,700 followers on there. And he just learned about monetizing on that platform. I think he's talking about Instagram, and it's by invite only. So that's awesome. Okay. That's actually really, really cool.
Good. 12.3 thousand views. Was that, now just out of curiosity, did you take a reel of the Underdog journey, just crushing it on some amazing cigars? I believe we were smoking the Monte Cristo New York series. Was our first cigar down there at the fishing tournament. Did you put that on there? Because I tell you, man, that cigar was a winner.
That was a great cigar, and that is probably the one that got him the 12.3 thousand.
We'd have 12.3 million. We'd have 12.3 million if you put that on.
Well, we're world famous. We got. Yeah. We're in Germany. We're in Japan. We're all over Europe. We're all over America, South America. Yeah. But
we actually do have a viewer in Japan, by the way.
It's true. We do, and one in Germany now.
And one in Germany.
One. We're getting there. Look. Baby steps. We're getting there. So last week we talked about...
you got to start somewhere.
Last week we talked about an alternate to YouTube, which is Rumble. And Rumble's actually a really good platform. Now, look, it doesn't have the user base that YouTube does, which is the main drawback. But you get kicked off YouTube, you got a backup. You can have all your content on Rumble and YouTube. There's nothing stopping you from using both. And here's the thing.
Well, wait a minute now. After our conversations last week about the different Rumble accounts, there actually could be some conflict that you have to be aware of.
Well, it depends on what type of content.
If you need to know about that, if you need to know more about that, go back to last week's video and watch it.
Well, it depends on what account type you have. Yeah. But if you aren't on one of the Rumble exclusive content types, and again, watch last week's episode. We talked about the whole thing. You can upload all your content to both platforms simultaneously. Yeah. And look, let's say YouTube decides they don't like your content. They don't like a lot of my tobacco content. So hypothetically, they could kick me off, remove all my content today. If I have it all backed up on Rumble, people can still go back and watch it on that platform. I can't monetize it on YouTube anyway, so might as well put it on Rumble.
Yeah, put it on Rumble.
Absolutely.
So I was looking because I have a pipe that you bought me.
Yeah.
And it's over there in my my humidor section of my storage stuff, with my actual humidor that you also bought me, and my travel humidor and that box of Weller Cohibas over there.
Yeah.
But my pipe was over there. I was gonna try to look all smart, but
it's true. I mean, you gotta.
It's a little late for that.
It's
Thank you, Matthew.
This is what happens when Matt joins the show. It's okay.
Yes.
It's okay. He had it coming, Matt.
Yeah, he did.
All right.
If anybody has a good slap down coming, it's definitely me.
And that's just from his current wife. Okay.
Yeah. So, hey, I smile at success. I smile at failure. Let's go.
So those are some alternate media, social media platforms. Basically. A clone of Instagram, Vero. Clone of YouTube, Rumble. So those are out there. And again, one of the reasons you might want to move to these alternate social media platforms is, look, there could be political reasons. One of people's complaints right now is that political speech is being throttled, or if not completely blocked, on some of these social media platforms, whether it's too far left or too far right, whatever. If you want to say what you want to say, go someplace else, frankly. And there's a social media platform for everybody out there. And look, if you just want to market your business or your product or a service, you want to cast a wide net, because you're not going to have the same audience on all of the social media platforms. There's going to be some over here, some over here, some over here. Cast a wide net, find out how to speak to your audience on these different platforms, and you could be hitting. Here's the thing. Let's say you have a product or service, and you're not able to compete with your competitors on Facebook because they just have too much money. They're sinking too much money into Facebook ads. You can't compete. Well, guess what? You can go over to a Rumble or a Vero and market your content, market your product or service there, and you have zero competition. Now, smaller user base, but you could hypothetically be hitting a much more focused user base as well. So
you could. And also, I got to go back to it. So even if your competition is spending more dollars and hitting Facebook ads and all this stuff, there are ways and tactics we've been talking about in 116 episodes leading up to this being 117 tonight. 117 of these in a row that you should be able to use absolutely free to focus down and drill. So let's just, you know what, that's a topic for another night. That's actually a whole other topic of how to piggyback on your competition's advertisements to further your own.
Oh, you absolutely can. So we should talk about that.
Oh, absolutely. Sometime. It's really not complicated.
It's very easy.
Yes. But that's a whole nother show. And tonight we're talking about, there's actually a couple here that I've heard of Discord. I have heard of Discord, but Clubhouse, I've never known of that. I don't know what that is. So I'm interested to go through these. So we have a list that's continuing on of alternative social media sites.
Discord's not for you; it's for kids.
You're too old, David. You aged out. All right, so
wait, what did I age out of?
He said Discord's not for you, but I actually know people older than you that use Discord, so I think you're safe.
I said I've heard of it. I don't have a clue what it actually is.
So we're gonna go through these.
Yes, so that's what we're gonna do.
We'll actually show these. So the first one we're gonna talk about is one that most people have heard of, and a lot of people have probably used. It's one of the biggest social media platforms out there, and it's one of the relatively newer ones. It's also one that a lot of people love to hate, which is TikTok. So David, do you use TikTok? Are you a TikToker?
No.
He does not use TikTok, and asking him if he uses TikToks, he finds that offensive.
He probably does. Okay,
so the wife, she signed up and got some TikToks, right? And she logged on and she had some TikTok tokens or whatever the hell it was. She looked at it and she's like, this is garbage. And within minutes, gone.
Right. Which is probably one of the reasons why kids love it, is because here's the thing. Remember when Facebook was the thing, because it was basically only young people on there? One of the reasons young people don't use Facebook anymore is because that's where their grandma is. That's where their parents are.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to post stuff where their grandparents are going to see what they post. Well, guess what? Their grandma's not on TikTok in most cases. However, here's a quick stat on TikTok. It actually got founded in 2016, so it's relatively young, and it's grown since then to more than 1 billion monthly active users. That's not just the subscriber base; that's the active users. And that's incredible. That's
active
amazing.
users. So bots are still active. So zero way, and this is, in case Elon Musk is thinking about buying TikTok, we're just kind of get some raw numbers of how many bots are on TikTok.
Well, here's the difference. So TikTok's not necessarily conducive to bots because it's a video platform. The whole point of TikTok, and we'll show the platform here in a second. TikTok is basically a platform that allows users to upload short videos, 15 seconds. It's basically what Facebook is trying to emulate with its short video formats. It's what YouTube is trying to copy with shorts. Instagram is trying to copy with Reels. TikTok really started that whole fad. So we're going to show the platform here quickly. Here we go. So you log in. Here's the thing. WTF type of animal is this? Apparently, they've never seen a groundhog before. They didn't grow up in the country. It's a groundhog, people. Okay, and you just flip through. And now I got to be careful on here because people allow nudity on TikTok.
Hashtag boobs.
Right. So you need to be careful when you're showing this to your parents.
Oh, they have nudity on TikTok?
They allow nudity on TikTok. So I guess that'll bring
ladies and gentlemen, Matt Harmon, the newest user of TikTok.
Right. He's signing up right now as we speak.
Right now.
But this is it. It basically allows for short form videos and most of them are terrible. Here you go.
Dude's head.
David, this is for you. Okay, so this
burgers.
is it.
I like burgers.
You can like this stuff. You can leave comments. As you can
somebody
see,
said something about a chance of a happy marriage.
As you can see, I don't have an account.
But you could have left on a better
Look, I don't make the content on TikTok. I'm just
smart,
flipping
a
through,
very
showing
smart
you what
trick.
it is.
Okay, so is this person doing drywall? Is that a concrete block? What are they working on here?
Let's see. Well, see now
Okay,
you're
okay, so they're drilling and catching the dust.
now you're
All right,
interested, David.
all right.
Now you're hooked on TikTok.
I am absolutely not hooked on TikTok.
That's gross. Okay, so
so
here's the thing.
Was
So
that a
here's
plate? What's going on here? Oh, it's a duck. There was a duck throwing stuff on the ground. Oh, that's funny stuff. Right here we go. Here we go. Walk in. What the duck?
So
All right,
see, David
I might get
Leffingwell
TikTok
officially
just
loves
so I
TikTok.
can watch ducks throw plates on the ground.
Right. So and that's how you get hooked into these things. You flip through. It's basically ADD theater.
Oh yes. So I have been hooked on the what I used to call the video hole, the rabbit hole.
Right.
And on days when I was trying to eat better, or weeks or minutes that I was trying to eat better, it's literally Facebook's like, hey, watch this video of this guy cooking a steak outdoors by a lake or a river, and I'm like, okay, and then it kept going, and there's another video, and then there's another video, and then there's another video, and I would be 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh, A, I need to get some sleep. B, I am hungry.
Right. So
I want a steak.
Right. So that's it. So TikTok is basically ADD theater. If you want to kill a ton of time just flipping through these short form videos, it's what it's there for. However, there are a lot of people making a lot of money marketing on TikTok. Because here's the thing, David, like we always say, your avatar, building your customer avatar, your customer profile, find out where your customers are, what they're talking about, and learn how to speak to them. Guess what? There's a lot of young people on TikTok. It's over on a monthly basis. It's seeing over 1 billion monthly active users. That's amazing. So look, if it's not for you or I, and look, however, if we had a product or service that we wanted to market specifically to younger crowds, we got to be on TikTok. We would have to rather.
So just as a thought, this is nothing. This is nothing new. So there have been some big companies that have done very, very short commercials. And I'm going to point back to the Miller Coors 1 second commercials during the Super Bowl, because commercial time during the Super Bowl is ridiculously high. So what they did was literally attacked all the people buying and spending massive amounts of money on these, 60-second slots or a 90-second slot, but in these, and they were doing 1 second commercials. I was like, Coors Light, done. That was a commercial.
Right.
That one guy, he's great. He's an actor. He did Disney stuff too, but he would just pop on Coors Light. That's it. Done. Drink beer. Boom. That's it. On to the next commercial.
What did the 1 second cost him again?
It was still a lot of minutes. Still a lot, but versus the millions, the 10 millions or 5 millions or whatever it was per, 90-second time slot, they're $5,000 to $8,000 1 second shout out. This bang for your buck, I guarantee you they had a much greater return on their investment than what other people found on it. Just for it. So short format advertising is not something new. And if your avatar, your market, your target audience is inside of that box, go bananas. Go bananas.
So like
I'm not there. You're not selling me anything on TikTok, by the way. If you want me to buy it, I'm out.
Right. But if your target audience is between 12 and 25, look, you're going to look at TikTok. So it's not necessarily for us, but it wasn't made for us.
Should. You should. Just because it's not for me doesn't mean that's not where your revenue's coming from. This is a saying I use, and it really plays in all ways. So you get the people who are on the political side, you get the people who are the business side, you get the people who are on it doesn't matter what side. I always say, follow the money.
Right. And that's it.
Always say.
You're totally
always
right.
say follow the money.
But he has said it.
No, he actually does always say it.
Thursday,
always.
At least
6 months ago, he did not say it.
His kids have complained to me that can you get my dad to stop saying that? He literally
always say follow the money.
He's like one of those Muppets who only says yep, but it's like follow the money. You know the Muppets go yep. David, it's follow the money.
Follow the money.
Exactly.
Follow the money.
So this is a weird tangent. Okay, so the next one.
No, you follow the money. So what you're doing is you're taking your dollars and saying, hey, these are the people that are bringing the money to the table. And I need to be where they are. I need to be talking to them. I need to be resonating with them. You are not going to TikTok to sell me. Okay, that I'm not in your avatar. And that's fine. Don't try to sell me. Don't try to bring me in. You need to be focusing on what's bringing the money to the table. Follow the money. And that's where you need to be.
Right. Exactly.
It's not a tangent.
You're totally right though. No, well, so the Muppets and the that was that was my fault.
All right.
Okay.
All right. The Muppets and the that was okay.
So our next one is one that not a lot of people might have heard the name, but I promise you most people probably haven't used it because it's very, very different and it requires more interactivity. So with like Facebook and Twitter, you can just sit there quietly in a meeting at work, or sitting there, watching TV with your family, or if you're a terrible person and you scroll through social media at church. It's one of those things you can just read what you're doing, right? This next one isn't so standoffish. You actually have to be kind of involved. Go ahead.
So you meant that scrolling through. You mentioned the scrolling through social media in church. So I play guitar in my old church in Powell, right? And we would be doing whatever, and then Pastor JD would get up there doing his thing, and there's a guy who was sitting in the back, and he would just scroll through, and he was scrolling, and then I don't know why, but Facebook loves to turn back on start videos with sound.
Yep.
On it. Or laughing dogs or whatever. So I mean, it was that right there. So that right, you could take something as simple as that right there. The scrolling through social media church.
Okay. You
could actually use that in a commercial to sell. That's where you're going to sell me on something because I have a connection with that.
See, I know my audience.
Yes, know the audience. So
exactly.
In my audience, I'm going to use my line of trade bottle opener that I got from Bespoke Post.
That's a cool bottle opener.
Open my. Yes, it actually is really cool. It's got a great weight in the hands. I mean, you're holding this thing, and it is it opens bottles. I mean, so it really does what it's supposed to do. But it's actually really cool. It has a little leather thing here too. So but ruggedness doesn't count because it literally lives its life on my desk here.
There you go. So we actually do need to talk about Bespoke Post at some point in the future because they have great campaigns, but. This next social media platform is pretty interesting, which is Clubhouse. David, have you heard of Clubhouse?
I have not. Well, I've heard of the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
I was going to say MICKEY. It's a whole thing. This one's not owned by Disney yet because Disney owns pretty much everything else. This one's actually...
I've got the Sam Adams Oktoberfest Plus, brought to you in part by Disney.
Exactly. All right. So Clubhouse... I'm showing the desktop version because I didn't install it on my phone because I didn't want to install these social media platforms on my phone.
So this was from 1990s parties? Is that what we're looking at here?
It looks like it. They actually have a really terrible icon. This is their icon here with like a lady in a black and white photo. Their font is terrible. Right. I'm not sure really what they're thinking. Their color scheme is off. However, the
color scheme is off.
It's very weird.
It clashes.
So Clubhouse, I'll basically explain what Clubhouse is. Don't scan that QR code. Clubhouse is basically, think of Twitter, only an audio version, right? So you don't upload photos, you don't upload videos. It's basically audio chat rooms that you can join or start. So you can go in and you can
audio chat rooms, so you can just be in a room full of people just talking like as a conversation?
Yeah, basically it's talking to people.
But not necessarily Twitter-like. So it'd just be, as you scroll through, it'd be like somebody going to Sam Adams, Samuel L. Jackson. Sam Adams, Samuel L. Jackson. It's practically the same guy. But, you can get some Samuel Adams and some Samuel L. Jacksons at the same time.
Get these mother effing British people out of my mother effing colony. That's Sam Adams. He got it. One person in the audience got it. Okay.
West, you are not typically a funny guy. That is the funniest thing you have ever.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay.
Tears in my eyes,
man. And that's why they won't let me back in Boston. Okay, so picture Twitter, but an audio version, right? So the thing is you can start a chat room where you're basically giving a speech, and people can listen, but they can't speak until you give them permission. Kind of like on Zoom, right? Or Teams. You can mute people. You can mute people, or you can. You can just go on and rant like a crazy person. That's what David needs in his life. Or you can go on and make terrible dad jokes. Or you can join chat rooms where it's literally chatting. You're not typing. You're literally chatting in a chat room. So that's Clubhouse, and it's actually getting surprisingly good traction right now. I think they need to work on their branding, their marketing, but it's an interesting concept.
I would say, because I got to tell you, the idea that I can host. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can host things here where I can just talk. So what kind? This is tough because it really brushes up against the politics that we'd like to stay away from. Right. We've been a little looser with it tonight than other shows, but at what point do you get? Fuck it, censored. What point do you get censored? I mean, are we talking about? Are we somewhere between, nope. Here's our political commentation for the day. Are you ready for your political commentation, Wes?
Do I need to beep you? Do I need to have the mute button ready?
Are you ready for your political commentation?
What's commentation?
Commentation is not a word, but I'll take it.
It absolutely is a word. And we're going to, it's going to be dead air. We're going to drink because we've got to get away from this topic.
Good point. Okay, and that was
great platform. You can do a lot of things.
That was our political commentary for the day. Okay.
Yes, get away from it. It was going to get way too close. It was going to get way too close. Get away from it.
All right. So that was.
But I like the idea. I might actually take a look at that because if anytime I can get an audience to listen to me talk, I mean, A, it's beneficial for me because I love to speak, and B, it's beneficial for them because they get to listen to me speak.
It's true. Anybody who knows David knows he loves to listen to himself speak. So he might even record and listen to himself back.
It's not getting me to talk's the problem. It's getting me to shut the hell up's the issue.
Oh, believe me, we know.
All right, here. This will get you back on topic. That is a doodle.
Hey.
Your sketches are getting good.
That's not me. Somebody else drew it.
All right. So that was off topic, but Clubhouse.
Wait, I would like to assign Matthew J. Harmonious in the background a tangent.
Yeah, do you need a tangent, Matt?
He needs a tangent.
Yes.
He gets a tangent strike. Last week he kept track of all of my tangents, and this week he's handing you an iPad with a draft on it.
Fair point.
You get a tangent.
Back on topic by showing a drawing of me in a bra.
Yeah, he does have man boobs. Anybody watching and listening, Matt Harmon is known for his
man boobs. If anybody wants them, just reach out.
So,
although I will tell you, okay, I got to talk this guy up. All right. We love to give Matt a hell of a time. All right,
we do.
He
doesn't always deserve it. Sometimes,
most of the time, 99.99. But I will tell you, when it comes to being a photographer, the guy is he's great. He did my wedding photography.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have him doing Noah's senior. So we looked around here and we had some people do some stuff here and it was second rate. I've already paid for it, but I'm walking away from it. I've already paid them. They're done. It's out. We're gone. We're moving on. And I'm bringing him over to Columbus to do a photo shoot over there at some point. We just got to work out the schedule. He's in football right now. But once that's done, we're going to come over and do senior portraits and stuff with him over there. So, yeah, we give him a hell of a time, and I'm going to continue. It's never going to stop. Just like he's never going to stop banging on me, or at least I hope. And but we got to make sure we give him credit also because he does have, we talked earlier about how he can spin a story that just it brings you in and makes you part of it to where you can look around and actually see what he's talking about, and he uses that same type of talent doing the pictures and stuff. And it's just if you ever get a chance to do it, and you have a couple $100 or a few $100 to throw his way, absolutely freaking do it.
Yeah,
take
go
the
to,
time
go to,
to take
is
the
it
time to do it.
littleredhen.com?
Little Red Hen.
littleredhen.com to see Matt's photographs. They might not be family friendly, so don't let your kids watch. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm joking. They're family friendly.
No,
It's
not all of them are.
Oh, I was joking. I shouldn't have been joking, but I
Password protected.
got it. Okay.
They're behind a password wall, so that's good.
So
that's
you
something
can
we've
also
talked about in the
apparently
past as well.
visit Matt's OnlyFans page, and it is password protected. So
I've been looking for a specific person's OnlyFans page, but I haven't found it yet. Now,
all right.
Moving on.
Moving
So
on.
back over to Clubhouse. Clubhouse, I love the idea. But the next one is called Twitter Spaces.
Yeah.
Tell me about Twitter Spaces.
So Twitter Spaces, I don't actually have a. Actually, I do. Hang on. So Twitter Spaces is basically, it's basically Clubhouse. Twitter saw this great idea, and they said,
so you have the Twitter part of it, and then you have the tweeter part of it.
Right, it's the tweeter part of the Twitter.
They really should have called it tweeter.
Look, I'll bet Twitter must own Tweeter. So here's the thing. Let's say you're logged into to Twitter, and I don't get on Twitter socially. I do have an account here. I haven't posted on in years. But hit this little middle icon here, down here below, and you're in Twitter Spaces. So basically, they have all these chat rooms where you can go on and listen to people speak, or you can start your own and have a conversation. And you speak, you talk, you're chatting. You're not just typing the chat, you're chatting. So it's basically the exact same thing as Clubhouse, only on Twitter. And I'm curious what Elon Musk is going to do with this, frankly. We'll see.
Yeah. So I did go ahead and pull up tweeter.com. Tweeter.com is from some jackwang like myself who loves to buy up websites. And so it's sitting here, it says popular categories: finance, debt, credit cards, insurance, women's clothing, lingerie, shoes sales, and then all these Xboxes, games, travel. So it's got a parking spot here.
Right. So somebody bought Tweeter because they thought it'd be worth something.
Tweeter's for sale.
I'd be surprised if Elon Musk doesn't grab up Tweeter as well, because
Tweeter's for sale.
Elon Musk has a pretty good sense of humor, so
he does, and he also has a history of spending a decent and inordinate amount of money on a website. Hashtag Tesla.com or TeslaMotors.com.
Right, exactly. So Twitter Spaces.
That's a story for you guys to look up on your own, though. That's your homework. Next week, come back to us with the story. Post it in the comments.
Exactly. So Twitter Spaces, basically the exact same thing as Clubhouse, which is basically an audio version of Twitter. You just chat. It's literally an audio chat room. No pictures, no text, no videos, just audio. So
just audio.
Interesting. Give it a shot. I would recommend Clubhouse over Twitter Spaces, but Twitter Spaces might have more users, frankly. The next one is really interesting. I promise you most of you have heard of it, and most of you probably haven't used it yet, which is Discord. David, you're raising your hand. Exactly.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I have no idea what it is.
So Discord is basically it's basically private chat rooms, basically private forums. These chat room areas are usually by invite only. There are public ones.
Forums. I thought you said private forearms.
Private forearms. So right, if you have
forearms.
You got great forearms, you want to just blast those forearms. It's your place to show them off. No, private forums. So and most of them are by invite only.
Oh Lord, here they come.
Are the kids coming down? You hear them coming down?
Is it time? It's 8:07.
It is. It's just about their bedtime. I think I hear the bathtub draining right now. So we'll show you real quick what Discord is. But basically founded in 2015, and since then it's gotten up to over. It's actually, this number's in my notes is off. It's about 200 million monthly active users. So it's got a decent user base, and most of them are pretty young. So it's big in the gaming space, big in the alternate media space. But what you'll see here, this is a group I'm part of. I mean, this is literally, talking about memes and travel. But here's the thing, with your account, you go in and there's literally different forums, different chat areas you can go into. There's one about memes, and that's inappropriate. Okay. I gotta be careful what I'm showing you guys. There's dad stuff. That should be appropriate. Look, mowing the grass. That's wholesome, is what that is. A kid smoking a pipe. Hopefully there's no tobacco in there. But so this is it. Basically,
What do you hope is in there?
Not kids smoking tobacco. Let's see. So
Hopefully
basically,
it's just sugar.
Basically, it's an account you can create that you can join private chat rooms and forums, and that's it. And again, most of these are by invite only. This group that I'm part of, again, invite only. Just cool dudes. I wouldn't say necessarily really, really cool dudes.
I mean, he has a ginger beard. Come on, man.
Hey! Don't knock the ginger beard. What are you trying to say? We got a lot in common here.
Oh,
so
You know what?
so that's 2.4 billion users annually. By the way, 2.4. Oh, you're twins. Oh my God, that's you. Put a boggin on.
Exactly. So about 200 billion users monthly active users. But
You said
that's
2.4 million, which works out, or no, 240 million, which works out to 2.4 billion users annually.
Right.
Active users annually.
Right. Exactly. So this comes down to, again, knowing where your audience is, knowing how to speak to them.
All right. Our good friend Jeff Leffingwell was on.
Okay.
And he said nobody likes his idea of Instagranny. It's for old people to chat with just other old people.
I think there is a website for that, Jeff. Go to Jeff. Everybody else watching and listening.
Wait. Wes, wait. Jeff, whatever he tells you to do, don't do it.
Jeff, do this. I promise it'll change your life. Go to lemonparty.com.
And we are officially about to be off the air.
We just lost everybody.
Everybody.
Talk about me.
So, by the way, nobody should ever go to the website. Nobody should even know about that website.
No.
Jeff, you might like it, though. I don't know. I'm not judging.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Exactly. Oh, so I could tell some stories about getting some tricks.
Next week on the Underdog Journey, episode 118, Redemption of West. We're going to put him in church. We're recommending people go to lemonparty.com.
Oh, by the way, today's episode is brought to you by lemonparty.com.
It absolutely is not. They haven't paid us any money whatsoever.
No.
If they pay us money, I might be a little less vocal about them.
Right.
But,
Jeff Leffingwell says he doesn't like lemons, so he's not going. Jeff, it's your loss, frankly.
It's not your loss. Joke.
Oh, boy. Talk about taking a left turn. Okay, so the next one is a place where we actually used to stream. We stopped because it just wasn't worth it, frankly, because not our audience.
Demographics.
Exactly.
Avatars.
Which is Twitch. So Twitch is a live
We don't
stream.
resonate with the Twitch crowd.
Well, so Twitch is interesting. So Twitch is a live stream platform, so it makes sense we would stream there. However, most of the Twitch users are there for gaming streams
content
or gambling. There's a lot of they actually just banned gambling, frankly. So not anymore. There's no more gambling. So right now it's basically just gaming and boobs. So that is what Twitch is all about. If you want to see,
wait. That
.com? Yeah, David. So it's TWITCH.
All right,
.com.
and I can just type in boobs.
Probably, I'm sure it's on there.
All right, boobs. Here's a user named Booty Rusher.
I totally believe that's a thing.
That's all boobs want.
I believe that's a thing.
Boobs,
so I'm not going to
we
share.
Trust.
I'm not going to share what David's looking at, but I'm showing Twitch right now. So Twitch is basically a live streaming platform, and the reason I say boobs is because there are personalities who actually are monetized through Twitch, and some of the biggest personalities are those who wear low-cut shirts. And I'm not just talking about Matt Harmon.
Matt came to play tonight. So here's one of the Twitch users. You can look up their channel is called Boobs and Shit.
Yeah, I'm not going to that one. All right, so
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I'm not going to that one. But
Booty Rusher, I'm going to click on Booty Rusher and see what Booty Rusher's going on.
So here's the thing. So Twitch is really built around gaming at this point. You can stream.
It really is. It's a gaming.
You can stream whatever you want. You can stream yourself talking about beer reviews. You can stream yourself talking about the Underdog Journey. You could stream yourself talking about fishing competitions and how great real life outdoors
you could
with Shannon
start
Black
a
is.
website. You could start your own. Wait a minute. What was that last thing you said?
Talking about fishing and how great the real life outdoors of Shannon Black is. But what you're going to notice as soon as you come on here is literally all of the recommended channels are gaming, because that's really what it is. Even all the recommended categories.
Yeah.
Just chatting. Overwatch. I'm scrolling. Valorant.
I'm scrolling
League of
right
Legends.
now through it, and it's just, and I don't have a Twitch account. I don't have Twitch or whatever it is. Twitch. It's actually called twitch.tv.
Okay. Twitch.tv, not .com. So they probably own .com too. Let's see what happens if I go to .com.
Well, they own .com. They own .com, but it's a redirect.
There you go.
So if you hit it, it's going to redirect you over to twitch.tv.
Because that makes
which we've talked to you guys in the past about redirects.
Yeah, and that makes perfect sense. Why not? Why wouldn't they use .tv instead of .com? Okay, so
yeah, it does make much more sense for them. But also, it also niches down to where their revenue is going to be. So I like it's a good move.
No, you're actually right.
I like it's a good move. Here's a person that has almost as many squishmallows as my daughter.
Sold a picture that was done as a
How do I shut this thing up? There we go.
What are you doing?
Well, I clicked a button.
Okay, he's clicking buttons.
I'm old, and I clicked a button with a person. It was the only thing that didn't immediately have a video game associated with it. And I'm thinking I'm watching an advertisement, I think. It could be a game. I have no idea. Okay, Overwatch 2. That's that. Okay, so it was an advertisement. Okay, so it's a person sitting in front of a bunch of squishmallows, and anybody who has kids, or at least little girls, knows what the heck a squishmallow is.
No, my daughter loves squishmallows.
Oh my god!
It's
Penny's
a
like,
animal.
Penny's like, we go Target. Why?
Right. So here's the thing. If your audience is on Twitch, you want to be on Twitch, because here's a quick stat. Here's a really interesting stat. In a single quarter, so a 3-month span of time, Twitch users watched 5.44 billion hours of streaming content.
That's a waste.
Whoa!
That's a lot of minutes.
That's a lot of minutes, Tony.
All right, so I clicked the only thing that's, I mean, this is, I can't hear because I don't want to. But this is it's a ephemeral. And she's, I guess, chit-chatting with these people on the thing, because I see all kinds of stuff going on the side here, like an old school chat room from AOL going along the side here. But here's the thing that attracted my attention to it. It says followers today.
Yeah.
Followers today, 1,238.
Right. Look, like I said, Twitch users over a single quarter, a 3-month period of time, are watching over 5.44 billion hours of streaming content. So if your audience fits into the demographic of the average Twitch user, dude, you got to be on Twitch. You got to be on Twitch. Now, look,
you know what I think? So here we go. If I were to start a Twitch channel, here's what I would do. I would be the Madden of Madden. That's what I would be. I would be the announcer to call live streamed NFL video football games. So much as like there's commentators for that's an excellent channel. So if nobody's doing that, you need to get on it, because that's money right there.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
So, Madden football, right? You know what Madden football is, right?
Okay. So you want to be the announcer of
Twitch? So the announcer for Madden football on Twitch. So here we got these two people. This guy's streaming his game. This guy's streaming his game. I'm streaming their game and doing the commentation on their game.
Got it. I see what you're saying. So like a multiplayer game. You're streaming while watching the game, not necessarily playing.
Yeah, I'm not playing.
You're just commentating.
I'm just commentating. So they're playing, and I'm like, all right, he's lined up at the strong. He's got 2 wide receivers right, 1 wide receiver left. Strong in the backfield on the right-hand side, and he snaps the ball. He drops back. He spins around. Oh, he got sacked. Oh, look at him. His balls just came out. Fumble Rooski.
Well, David, you know how I hate to compliment you. That's actually not a bad idea.
Genius idea. One of you guys out there need to get on that. I've got way too many pokers in the fire. West actually yelled at me yesterday. He's like, David, why haven't I heard about this idea yet? Why is this not on the Underdog journey? This is literally what we're supposed to be doing. But it's a project that's very, very close to my heart, and I will share it. But it is something that I'm in the research phase of it right now, and then once it gets to the appropriate level, then it'll get brought on.
It's true, David. I'm going to break the news right now. I'm going to tell the whole world what you're doing right now. Because
right,
look, you didn't tell me until yesterday, and apparently this is already underway. And I think the world needs to know. So David is bigwig David now. Big New York City guy David is
got short hair.
He's going to buy lemonparty.com.
Well, it's about time someone did.
That's his thing. I'm not judging. I'm just saying.
Good for him.
Good for you, David.
That is not what's happening.
Look, live your best life, David. Live your best life.
Not what's happening. That is not what's happening. So I've got to get off the Twitch because actually, this could be kind of fun. Depending on how good the presentation is, I can actually see the draw. Now, normally, I've got the whatever the newest Xbox is.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one in there. Okay. Both the kids have the smaller versions, the non-disc versions in their rooms.
Okay.
So, I mean, we're I don't want to say we're a video game family, but both the kids play. I used to play. I turned my Xbox Series X, I think is what it's called, on to set it up. I think it's been turned on 3 times since then, and that's the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really where I go.
Right.
But for something like that, as a commentator, say, hey, we're going to have a league. And if you built your own league, so there could be 100 of me who is doing this commentary, but every Monday night you are doing Monday Night Football, or don't do Monday Night Football because that's a registered trademark. But if you did Tuesday Night Football is not registered. So you go on there, you do Tuesday Night Football, and your league plays on Tuesday nights, and you call 1 or 2 video game style NFL Madden 20, whatever year this is, 2022, and you did that. I mean, that's a channel. That's not only a channel, that's a great channel, because that's something that you're going to be able to resonate with the people that are already on this platform. Plus, people like me are going to be like, all right, if you're entertaining enough,
mm-hmm.
I'm in. I'm definitely in, because you know what? The fact that and there was a joking meme that went around this past weekend that had something about a kicker kicking a 30-yard field goal, and the commentators were so starved for stats that the made up part of it was he's the first kicker to kick a field goal at this temperature on this year when the moon was aligned with that astronomical sign, and Caput Draconis was over. This just outlandish stuff. Because meta football, Jeff Leffingwell there, meta football. That is great. I might buy that.
David's buying metafootball.com.
I got to go to GoDaddy real quick.
He's doing it. So that
GoDaddy
gives me the opportunity. That gives me the opportunity to move on to our next platform, which isn't necessarily a social media platform so much as it is.
Oh, it's taken.
Of course it is. I'll bet it's owned by Meta Zuckerberg.
Jeff, you bought Meta Football before I could, didn't you?
No, he's all right. I won't go there. Jeff is a good guy, though. I like Jeff. All right, so our next
he's a long-time viewer. Yes,
isn't necessarily a social media platform so much as it is a platform for social media creators to make money, to be able to monetize.
Okay.
So I mentioned that my other stuff that I do, since it's about pipe tobacco and pipes and pipe tobacco, I can't monetize on YouTube.
Yeah, this is. I was actually going to have a conversation with you about this because I think this is what you need to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you need to be.
Right, exactly. So this next one, in case you don't know, is a platform called Patreon. So a lot of times when you're watching YouTube, or it's actually very big with YouTube creators now because YouTube doesn't pay like it used to, and these full-time creators just aren't making the money to be able to support themselves, frankly. So there's this platform Patreon, which allows you to let people subscribe to you as a creator, and in return they get access to extra videos, extra content, behind the scenes stuff that they wouldn't normally get on YouTube. And you can set subscription tier levels, and the more people donate, the better extra content they get, things like that. And believe it or not, some people are pulling down some serious money with Patreon, like really good money. I'll go ahead and show the screen here, but look, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. If you're a creator, Shannon Black, look into this. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because
you could have let's just take Shannon Black, Real Life Outdoors Shannon Black, for example. You could have a whole other sub-series of videos that shows kind of your tips and your tricks that you use to not catch fish with.
Right.
That way people know not to do that.
Right, and that's it. So you can set different types of Patreon membership as well. There can be. What was your? I didn't hear it. Did you make a joke?
Yeah, he made a joke. He said, "I can get on here and show people how to not catch fish."
But I'm bum. Okay, fair point.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt.
At least Matt was paying attention.
At least Matt was. Wes just waits for me to shut up.
Yeah, I literally just wait for my chance to talk. That's it.
I think he's doing his taxes in between.
It's so
during the pauses.
few and far between my opportunities to speak.
Excuse me. I think you get ample time to talk. You talk about important things. I'm just the color.
He is. It's true. You are the color commentary, and that's why you're essential.
PKP.
That's why I'm essential.
No, but it's true. But Patreon's actually really good, and people make a lot of money on this platform.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the big creators are pulling down, easily 6-7 figures. I mean, it's nuts.
7?
Yeah, it's a thing.
7.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's huge. It is huge.
It's 7 numbers.
1 million.
No, 6 is 1 million. So 7 would be.
That's why he's going to art school. Yeah, he's learning statistics in art school. And that's why you're not financially successful, Matt.
Actually, he might be financially successful. He just doesn't know.
That's true. He was sitting on $1 million. He thought he was.
Yeah.
Thought he was broke.
He was sitting on $1 million. I thought he was 10,000.
Seriously, 6 figures would be 1 million. 7 would be what? 10 million?
6 figures. Well, uno momentos, por favor, señores and señoritas.
It'd be 10 million, right?
6 figures can technically
it's $100 million.
$999,999. So 6 figures is not $1 million. 7 figures is $1 million.
It is not.
David.
1, 10, 100.
It's 100,000.
Right? That's hundreds. Thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, 1 million.
Oh my God, I've been doing it wrong.
He's like, I'm actually really rich. I had no idea.
Oh my God, I'm poorer than I thought.
I'm poorer. Right. Now we're really in trouble. I got to call my wife. Okay.
Wife, we're screwed.
All right. So, look, people don't tune into the show for financial advice. Thank goodness.
Absolutely do not watch this show for financial advice. The only financial advice we're going to give you is don't watch this show for financial advice.
Exactly.
Because we're going to tell you to risk everything and go for it, because that's honestly what you should do.
It's true. It's true. But look, Patreon, if you're looking to monetize and you're not, and here's the great thing about Patreon. You can start out with 0 subscribers on YouTube. 0. But you can still start a Patreon page. That's the thing. You don't have to hit the normal, subscription levels on YouTube or Instagram, which is an invitation only, or Facebook to run ads. You can create a Patreon page from nothing. You don't even have to be on any other social media. You can still create a Patreon, and people can still subscribe to you. Now, look, you'd have to be pretty creative with how you distribute your content to them. But, I mean, you can start a Patreon with no followers, and you can build up from there. So
you can start a Patreon with nothing else.
Right. Exactly. You totally could. So it's at least worth exploring. Shannon Black, I highly recommend it. Like David said, look, you could show behind the scenes stuff about how not to catch fish, and or stuff them full of lead weights.
Ladies and gentlemen, the number 1 ways to lose to the underdog journey in a fishing tournament is not come prepared. A, do you have your cigars? Hey, do you have your cigars? No? Great. You're going to lose.
It's true. We won that fishing competition.
Crushed it. We were the only ones there with brought cigars. I mean, come on.
We got the awning. We got comfy chairs. We got cigars. What else do you need?
We had music.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So that is Patreon. Highly recommend it. The next one is from here on out, we're getting into some really interesting territory with social media, because social media traditionally is, you got your main profile page where you can post things, videos, images, text. We went into some more creative areas with Clubhouse, which is audio. But here we're going to move into some really more interesting areas that don't necessarily fit into the traditional social media realm, but totally are when you think about how they function. So this next one is something called Substack, which has actually been getting a lot of play. David, have you heard of Substack?
No, actually, I had to look at our agenda. Like, is it actually on here?
You didn't even get to that part of the agenda.
It is. Well, no, I skipped over it. Went to Reddit. I literally skipped over it. Literally, that's how much I don't know about Substack. You had it on the agenda, and my mind was like, that doesn't exist. Move on.
But here's the thing.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
But here's the interesting thing. Now that you heard about Substack, I promise you're going to hear it 10 more times this coming week.
Of course, because the thing's listening to us.
Well, not only that, but there are people using it even though it's not widely known yet. So Substack, that's a great question, Matt Harmon. So Substack is actually, the best way to put it is it's an email newsletter platform, right? So people can subscribe to you. You can get followers. You can have subscriptions. I never know what he's doing.
No, I want to make notes on this.
So he's actually taking notes from my agenda. Okay, so Substack is basically an email newsletter platform. Oh, we have our live studio audience joining us today. Locke, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
How was school?
Good.
Yeah, what do you got?
Pokemon cards.
Pokemon cards.
All right. What Pokemon cards? Do you have a Mewtwo up there?
He does not have a Mewtwo yet.
It's a Howcow.
Which one is this?
How?
Let me see.
That's a How now brown cow.
This is a Latias.
Yeah.
Latias, I choose you.
Yeah, Latias.
Is that how that works?
That is a Sol.
What number is he?
Solgatleo.
Yeah.
So, Leo, I choose you.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
a good one.
remember the old-
Whoa, Matt. You choose the first one.
And
You
that
can't choose the first one
is
and the second one. That's against the rules.
I thought I
Gardevoir.
had to choose a bunch.
Gardevoir.
He has a Gardevoir.
I have never played Pokemon. You might be able to choose them all. I don't know.
How many can I choose, Locke?
I know you're supposed to catch them all, but that's all I know about Pokemon.
He's got to catch them all, and he actually got these from school from a competition.
Yeah.
Pikachu, I choose you.
Oh,
I do know the name Pikachu.
Kitty
he does know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's the cat.
And yep.
Oh,
your
and
daughter-
Catherine's got her ears on tonight.
Terrorize the cat.
So Locke, come back before you disappear completely and tell us about how you got those cards.
Oh, okay. Today we went to a classroom and had a cardboard. We have a cardboard challenge, and we're going to other people's classrooms to check out what they made.
And you stole them from somebody's desk.
No.
He won them.
Okay.
He won them.
You
by
won them.
throwing a
How did you
ball.
win them? What did you do? What did you do to win them? Did you
The
drop an
first-
elbow on somebody?
No, the first two, I paid with tiny little monies, but they weren't real. They were fake.
So they're like NFTs. Okay, got it.
Yeah, the first two were bought by me, and the last
right.
one I got was from getting some money tickets from the throwing thing.
The throwing thing. You had to
Yeah.
throw a ball
Throwing
into like
thing.
a little hole,
Yeah.
huh?
So like a football, like you're gonna get away from soccer and go to football?
No,
Because Uncle Dave's all for this.
Football. Nobody plays foosball.
Nobody on the
Catherine, what do you
stage
have?
cricket. You got to know what a crumpet is in order to play in cricket.
Great Ninja Turtles reference. And Catherine has a Care Bear.
Oh, West. The fact that you pulled that out as a Ninja Turtles reference is phenomenal.
Look, Casey
All right,
Jones was the
Catherine.
best character. Casey Jones was easily the best
Casey
character.
Jones
in
was
the movie.
awesome. All right, Catherine, tell us about what you got over there tonight.
Catherine, what do you got?
What Care Bear are we looking at here?
Daydream Bear.
Daydream Bear.
Daydream Bear. Okay, so So, do you daydream at school? Because I used to daydream all through school.
No.
No.
Don't daydream at school. You'll end up like me.
Yeah, Matt daydreamed through most of life. That's how he got down
I mean,
here. So
Yeah.
now it's getting sad. So, guys,
no.
you guys are awesome.
Daydreaming is literally thinking.
Daydreaming is thinking. It's using your imagination, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
You never stop doing that, buddy.
Attack.
Ah, being attacked by
Never.
Pokemon and these crazy kids. Okay.
All right, you two giant.
You guys, sweet dreams.
Boy, he is growing.
They're getting big,
We
these kids.
we need a Pokemon card that is of a Care Bear.
A Care Bear I'm sure there's one that looks like it somewhere. We'll have to do some
There's a
Pokemon research.
Care Bear Pokemon that just have some ridiculously outlandish, capabilities. Good night, kiddos. Hey, tomorrow you guys are allowed to eat all of the candy that you want.
Yeah, they know that's not true. My son doesn't even like candy.
Yes, I do. He turned out Krispy Kreme donuts today.
What? Locke didn't eat
Wait,
Krispy Kreme.
wait. What do I want to say? Hey, Kirsten, I need to know. This is very important.
Yeah, my
This
current
is
wife.
for all posterity of all mankind. Was it a hot, fresh, and warm Krispy Kreme donut?
It probably was when it was purchased.
Probably when they bought it. It was probably a smidge old by the time Locke got home from school. Maybe an
Locke.
hour tops.
Look here, bud. Look here.
Okay.
You can always throw that Krispy Kreme donut in the microwave for 7 seconds. Boom, hot and ready Krispy Kreme donuts. Don't ever pass that up.
He likes salty. He likes chips.
He's a salty kid, not a sweet.
Oh, he's a salty kid. All right. Here's okay. So, Locke, do you do salted caramel?
No.
He likes hint of lime Tostitos tortilla chips.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on board with that. I am also not a fan of salted caramel.
We call it caramel in this
Can't wait
house.
till he's old enough to
What are you, a fascist?
Lachlan.
All
I'm
right.
sorry. I'm sorry. I thought I was prepared for whatever you were going to throw at me because I knew the caramel versus caramel was going to come out.
That's
But I got to tell you, being called a fascist
Hey, Daddy, could you show
because of the way I say caramel, I wasn't ready for that.
Oh, Locke wants me to show you my cool Gandalf pipe.
That's Gandalf, yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to call him Gandwest.
That's what he calls me.
Oh.
Gandwest.
Yes, I do magic when I hold this pipe.
He's
Little hobbits.
like,
Go to bed, little hobbits. Ah. Okay.
I got to tell you, that right there is the highlight of our show. Just
It's
tune
true.
in for that, check out after it's done, and you've got the best of our show.
It's true. That would
Without a
my
doubt.
my kids alone would triple our audience size.
Yeah, within minutes. Within minutes.
6 minutes over.
6 minutes over. We're way over 6 minutes. We are 36 minutes over.
Well, I know, but I like to give you the extra half an hour's leeway.
We get a half hour leeway time. That's fair. Fair point. All right, so we're gonna move on. So we just spoke about Substack, which is basically an email newsletter platform. So
Okay, so we didn't just speak about it. We just started talking about it. And I'm very interested in this because I've never heard of this. And you're talking about an email newsletter platform, which is something that as a person who does business development, management, and sales and all these other things that tell me more.
Okay, so years ago, back in the dark ages, blogs were a thing. Well, blogs kind of
love blogs.
Right. So blogs, look, they fell out of fashion. It's not really the cool thing to have a blog anymore. And it hasn't been for a while, frankly, because we're old dudes. We still remember things like that. However, the blog format, the written format, is still around, and people still crave it. And the thing about email is, guess what? Our inboxes are overwhelmed with spam. And it's prevalent. It's everywhere. I'm actually in digital marketing myself, so I know that fine line between spam and actual valuable content. Well, Substack helps you break that barrier. So with Substack, people can actually join your Substack, and they can subscribe to your essentially a newsletter. So it's an easy way to get into the newsletter format. You can much more easily build an audience because it gives you a platform to build that audience versus just having an email newsletter that you expect people to randomly find you and sign up, Substack actually makes it much, much easier. So if you're looking to build an email audience, I would recommend Substack. And I'm going to show the not the platform, but I'll show the desktop sign up area real quick here. And
yeah, I'm interested in this because do I need something like MailChimp to manage this, or does it do it all in-house?
It does it all in-house. The Substack platform is all you need. So look, it's great for podcasters and writers and business people. Check out, you have featured creators, cultural, like pop culture things, political, technology, business, finance, food and drink, podcasts, sports, faith and spiritual. I mean, it is across the board. You can come onto this platform, find somebody that's creating content that you're interested in, and this will help you distribute to very specific niche audiences. So David, I think for people with
if you have a very focused demographic, we're not going to screw all of the other marketing business buzzwords, right? Forget all that. If you have we've talked about a million times about niching down. So if you have a very focused market that you're trying to hit, this is freaking pay dirt.
Oh yeah. Look.
So if your avatar says, I want to consume visual textual data, this is where YouTube's not your platform. Twitter's not your, well, Twitter's a little bit your platform. What's the other one I'm looking for? The one with the girls did dance and they do the hip hop. TikTok, that's it. TikTok's not your platform. This is gold.
Well, look, here's the interesting thing.
Gold.
Here's the interesting thing. I am a full believer that anybody with any business at all, period, you need to have a blog section on your website. But don't expect people to find your content unless you have the most amazing SEO in the world, which we've talked about a lot about SEO. So
yes, we have.
So don't expect people to randomly find your content. Here's the thing: when you have a Substack account, you can then publish your Substack, publish your blog through an email newsletter using Substack. People can find you through this platform, and it's free distribution for that content that's already on your site. Here's the thing. Look, let's see. Will Substack help me grow my audience? Yes. More than 30% of all free subscriptions, and around 10% of paid subscriptions to Substack come from within the network. So, I mean, people come to this platform looking for content, regardless of what niche you're in. So I highly recommend Substack. Very, very valuable.
I'm telling you, there's a reason why I was like, hold the phone, wait a minute, because I do, and you guys will never see it because it's literally a private thing, but I do a update podcast for my territory every Monday. So so basically what I've done is I've taken 22 years of the fire alarm and fire industry and life safety business, and business and business management and sales, and I put it into this podcast. Well, with all the stuff that's happening and everything that's going on and the way that people want information, I actually flipped it around and started a podcast inside of my territory that I cover. And I do it every Monday, and it has went like wildfire. Even so much that I now have viewers that stretch.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
Hey, Matt, talk to you later, man.
Au revoir, senor. Wait, we wanted to talk about Verma. Anyway, so now that reach that I flipped around and spun around the other direction is now went from, I'm in the New England area in upstate New York, that has now went through, down into Florida, over all the way to the West Coast, all the way to California and the upper Midwest, or the Pacific Northwest, I'm sorry. And I use it every week. But this can be a supplemental to it because I have a huge demographic of people that don't want to take an hour of their Monday afternoons to listen to me. They want to consume it on their time. So I now want to take almost a transcription of what I'm talking about on my normal Monday Update podcast that I do. And so that's why I was so excited to hear about this. As you're talking about a email newsletter platform, I'm like, this is the missing, I don't want to call it the keystone, but it is definitely a missing link in my stack of reaching my clients and building a good relationship and keeping everybody informed. So I, working for a very, 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 very large company, will be using this platform in ways that's appropriate in the very near future. Probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I will launch something on here that gives us the assistance that I need to fill the gaps that I have. Right. It's a perfect platform for it. And until you put it in our agenda, I'd never heard of it.
Right. Exactly. And that's the thing. So here's one of the great things.
People, market.
Well, beyond that, look, here's one of the great things about exploring, getting in early on these, alternate social media platforms. Look at the people who are massively big on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram right now. They were there at the beginning. Think if you could get in at the ground floor of YouTube, where you'd be right now. Guess what? You'd be pretty large.
Yeah.
Jump on Substack. And Substack, here's the cool thing. Substack, an email newsletter platform. Think about that. Okay? The great thing about email marketing is, technically, unless you're spam, it's an invite-only area. The only way you can get in somebody's inbox is by them subscribing to your content. This is a way for you to share your blog content through email, and this is a platform where people literally come to find you. Anybody who's been watching this show for a long time knows that, boy, I could rant and rave for a long time about the evils of cold contacting. This is pre-warned. This is people who are looking for. This is people who are looking for your content in your niche. This is not cold contacting. So highly, highly recommended, regardless of your niche.
You're gonna love this. I got an email today on my professional phone, right?
Yep.
On my business phone, the iPhone.
Oh, are you frozen? Oh no, we lost David. We lost David Leffingwell. He's frozen. He's either frozen or he's stroking out. Okay, so I'm gonna keep moving on. That was Substack, and so I'm just gonna blow through these next ones pretty quickly. So up next we have Reddit, and most of you have heard of Reddit. Okay, so most of you have heard of Reddit, and basically Reddit is a forum, an online forum with literally every topic you can imagine. I don't need to bring up Reddit. We all know what Reddit is. It was founded in 2005. And, let's see. Currently, it has over 50 million daily active users. And here's the great thing about Reddit for your business. Every topic that you can imagine, even some topics you can't imagine, are on Reddit. We completely lost David now. David, if you're watching or listening, please just see if you can rejoin on Skype. We miss you. All right, so, where was I? Reddit. You need to be on Reddit. Anybody with any small business who is getting into a niche market, one of the first things they say is, "Oh, I got on Reddit. I marketed my business. I talked to people in these chat rooms." There was a gentleman who lived across the street from me for a long time who started a hot sauce company. And they've won all kinds of awards now, and they actually moved away specifically so he could have more property to plant more peppers so he could grow more of the peppers for his hot sauces. And they bought a new house specifically for that in a very posh neighborhood, by the way. But he said his core marketing when he was starting out was on Reddit. He'd go into these chat rooms that were about hot sauce, about in his specific niche, talking about his market. People who were looking for products like his were in these chat rooms that were around that specific niche. No matter what your product or service is, you need to be on Reddit talking to those people. David and I talk all the time about learning your audience, speaking to the people who are interested in your product or service, so you can learn how to talk to them. You're not going to talk to your grandmother the same way you'll talk to a 20-year-old frat boy. You need to learn how your audience speaks, the lingo they use, the shortcuts they use. And Reddit is exactly where they're speaking their language, right? So that's where you need to be. If not just for marketing, at least for educational purposes. So Reddit is highly recommended. I'm not sure David's going to rejoin. Let's see, I'm going to leave this. All right, so we are having some technical difficulties here. Oh, man. David, what is going on? I don't know if it's my Skype or David's, but I'm going to quit Skype and rejoin here. It might be my Skype. I might be the one who's crapping out here. So we'll see. We're going to try and rejoin. See if we can rejoin David here. We need that color commentary. David, are you still there?
There we are.
Are you alive?
I don't know what in all of the world happened, but I happened to notice that I wasn't moving and you were over on the screen here. I'm like, I had a really good but appropriate comment, and Facebook was like, "Nah, nope. Bro, you're out."
He's like, "Nope." All right, so we're back. So I moved on, hoping you'd rejoin.
I figured you did. That's good. That's good. So you got on the Telegram or Reddit. So Reddit's been around a while, right?
It has. Reddit is not new necessarily. Reddit started in 2005, so it's still kind of a baby when it comes to social media. But it's super valuable, regardless of your business, your niche, or your content. You need to be on Reddit.
Yeah. So I've heard about Reddit. I have actually accidentally ended up on threads from Reddit, but I have actually no idea how Reddit operates and functions.
It's basically just a series of forums. Very similar to really similar to Discord.
Okay.
Only a lot more users. That's it. So literally, so the next, any content or niche you can imagine, Reddit is going to have a forum for that.
So back when I was a Corvette owner, I used to use Reddit, or I would get on the Reddit forums because they answered a lot of questions like, hey, I had to replace the little door handle thing that's, once you get to a C6 Corvette, is not an actual handle. It's a sensor, a pressure switch. And I had to replace one of them. And then there was a mechanical actuator for another thing. And that's where I kept going back to. But I didn't know how to do anything with it. I just read what was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know what all it was. So the next one's interesting to me. So that's Reddit. Yeah, I recognize the little alien dude at the top.
Yep. So that's Reddit. And again, it's just a series of forums. Forearms.
So tell me about the OPEC oil production cuts. Let's not do that. Let's not even get close to that.
If we had a political based show, we could totally talk, man.
Well, yeah, and that's the problem. And that's moving on.
Telegram,
what's up next?
So Telegram is an interesting one. So it's not one that a lot of people know about. So the first series that we talked about with alternate platforms was Vero, which is basically a more open, free speech version of Instagram. And the next one was, again, a more open, free speech version of YouTube, which was Rumble. Now, Telegram is a more open, free speech version of Facebook. So you can get on and you can post photos and videos and text. So it's not super well known. Not a lot of people use it, but you can have, private chats that include people up to 200,000 people.
Oh, wow.
It's basically an alternate version of Facebook.
So this goes in, so we can add Truth Social in on this as well, right? Kind of fits into that.
No. Well, no, because Truth Social is its own social media platform. Truth Social is an alternate version of Twitter. Here's the reason we're not talking about
Twitter. Okay.
Right. It's basically Twitter, only not Twitter. And here's why we're not talking about Truth Social, because we don't talk about politics. And for those who don't know, Truth Social is the Twitter that's owned by Donald Trump.
Former president. That's it.
That by a former president.
Hopefully me talking over you actually blocked that from being transcribed and read by the algorithm.
So I'm showing the App Store version of what Telegram is, because I didn't install it because I didn't want to install all these things on my phone. But literally, it's essentially a different version of Facebook. You can have private chats. You can have your normal stream. You can actually live stream in some cases to Telegram. It's the alternate version to Facebook. If you're fed up with Facebook, you don't like the politics, you don't like what Facebook as a company stands for whatever reason, go to Telegram. It's up and coming. If you could be on the ground floor of Facebook when it first launched, guess what? You'd be gigantic right now. Right now is your chance to be on the ground floor of something very similar that is going in a, let's say, more free speech version, which is Telegram. I'm not getting political. I'm being blunt.
I'm just saying that Facebook doesn't advocate for free speech.
Look, I'm not saying anything. However, Telegram has never turned off our stream because we happened to mention a certain scandal that involved their founder.
Yes, and because I actually spent a lot of time in Cambridge, up there, and
were you doing much analytics? Were you doing any analytics?
Analyze a lot.
Yeah. I'm just saying, look, if you're in Cambridge and you're into analytics, there was some hoopla going on with Mark Zuckerberg in front of Congress, and we talked about it. And I'm not saying Facebook hacked my computer and turned off our live stream, but it was an interesting show. Yeah, I think we lost David again. Did we lose David again? He's either frozen or he's stroking out, or Facebook hacked us again. Oh no! All right, I think we've been going too long. I'm gonna try leaving Skype again. We'll see how this goes. David, I don't know if he's screwing with me or not. I can't tell. All right, we're gonna try and rejoin Skype here and see if that helps. We might need to cut this episode short, and by short I mean extra long, because we've been going for a long time.
What kind of timing
David, what is going on?
I don't know. So this is actually not an internet connection. This is not on my side. This is on your side. This is a Skype issue.
It is a Skype issue. Yes.
That's what's happening. Is we're having Skype's doing whatever it's doing.
Jeff Leffingwell says it happens. Facebook will get you. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
Jeff, you're not wrong.
Yeah, so
it is a Skype issue.
It's coming in, and that's what it is. So it's actually popping up. It actually popped up over here this time, and Skype was like, "Oh, dear Lord, I'm so sorry." So I immediately got out of it and got back in. So, and I'm checking my internet speeds and things over here to make sure everything's good. And I'm rocking 300 to 400 megabytes of download speed and 35 to 40 megabytes of upload speed. So everything over on this end, as far as technology wise, is going well. And it's just Skype, but it's that's like, and I'm gonna take a break. So it's we're gonna call this the Union Skype tonight and move on with that.
Exactly. So that was Telegram. Now look, we're just gonna fly through these next ones because we've been going for almost 2 hours.
Yes.
Yeah. So
my liver is going, please get this over with.
So the next one is for the we're just going to fly through these. The next one is for people who like to invest, but at the same time, they want to speak to people in the investment, people with an interest in the investment world, which is Public. So if you're interested in crypto, in investing, in finance.
Talking about an NFT, man.
Right, in NFTs. Public is your platform. So look, it's not, I would go there. I might nerd out for a little bit, but I probably won't spend a ton of time on there. But But Public, if you're interested in investing or crypto, Public is the app to go. So just Google Public app or go to the App Store, look for Public. It's a way to go, man.
I would lean much more heavily on looking into their investment world than looking at the cryptocurrency, because I still struggle. I'm an old guy. All right. I'm Warren Buffett when it comes to cryptocurrencies. I want nothing to do with it, really.
Well, actually, it got me thinking.
I hold a little bit, but that's it.
What got me thinking, though, there's already a really successful app that should, if they were smart, integrate this same sort of social interaction. Robinhood. If Robinhood, you read my mind. If Robinhood integrated that social media aspect into their platform, they'd explode. They would triple their monthly active users, guaranteed.
On the home screen, I keep Robinhood right there, ready to go at all times.
Robinhood's a great platform, and look, I've often thought this. The one thing it's missing is a chat functionality.
Yeah.
Community functionality. Why not? Why not include that? So look, Robinhood execs, I know you're watching this show. Buy public real quick while it's cheap. And cheap.
Yeah, do it now.
Do it now, because if you can tie that to your platform, man, you got gold on your hands. Gold, my friend.
Yeah, you've got the investment opportunity, plus you've got content that are absolutely segregated.
Right.
So you are not offering financial advice. So you don't carry any of the liability. It is, you are a platform, and then you are an investment platform, and it really is the best of both worlds.
Yeah, absolutely. So
do it.
Right. So
if I owned it, I would take the risk. It's a very minimal risk, high gain reward. You can add advertising, marketing. There's a lot of, you can get ad revenue from it. So you're going to be sharing some of the ad revenue, of course, but you can take 50% or more of that ad revenue.
Yeah.
The people who are doing it now, it's a win-win-win.
Totally. So Robinhood execs. So Robinhood execs buy public. All the people watching and listening,
invest in public.
And join public and invest if you can. I don't know if they're publicly traded, but join public, because if you're interested in crypto or investing, it's actually a pretty interesting platform. The next one is look, if you like LinkedIn, there's a competitor now, which is called Polywork. Polywork. So right, so Polywork actually got started in 2001. So it's actually very, very new, and it's kind of, it runs along the same lines. You have your profile, you can have your resume on there, you can post job postings, you can look for jobs on there. And here's the thing: for a long time, LinkedIn was the only place to go, and in a lot of ways, it kind of still is. It's about time there's a competitor. And I'm a big fan of the idea that competition breeds excellence. That
note,
go ahead.
On that note about competition breeding excellence, I used to coach football way back in the day, and it was for the little kids. I wanted to introduce them to football, and when I talk about football, I'm not talking about flag football. I'm talking actual tackle, full contact football. And we used to run 40 times because everybody wanted to know what their 40 time was. And we could run 40 times. And if I ran a single kid out on a 40 time, they can run, we're going to call it X seconds. All right.
Okay.
It's X seconds. But if I run them out with anybody, it's X minus 0.5 seconds. So they're a half second faster running against anybody.
Okay.
But if I run them against somebody who is really tight competition, who may have actually been faster than them in singles run, they will come in over a second faster.
I believe it. It's true.
The truth is in that competition. When you are striving to be the best, and you have somebody who is also striving to be the best and has the talent and the ability to do so, it is absolutely worlds of difference. And it transfers from now, and I have watched it at every stage through football. I have seen it in business. I have seen it in my specific industry, where if you don't have competition, you can be lax. But if you are pressed, you want to be the best. You want to be the best today. You want to be the best tomorrow.
Right.
And you keep pushing yourself to be that best. Not because you're going to make more money, not because of this, just because you want to be known as the best.
And that's it. Look, and that goes back to competition breeds excellence. And here's the thing. Not a lot of people know this. LinkedIn's actually owned by Microsoft. They're a big player. And as we've seen from MySpace, unfortunately, the big dog doesn't always rule the yard. Eventually, something else is going to come along, and Polywork might be the way to go. So look, if you want to get into business networking, collaborations, putting yourself out there to find a job, to post a job, go to Polywork. It's worth a look, and I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
So,
and then we've covered a lot of grounds.
We have.
We've covered a lot of ground, and we are down to our final.
The last one.
The final one.
The last one of the evening. So one of the problems with Instagram is it
takes me and makes me look like David Beckham.
Well, they have really good filters, basically. Really, really good filters.
That is a really good filter indeed.
So Instagram reality is a thing. And anybody who's been on Instagram looks at it and they see it's basically the grass is always greener syndrome. You see these people who are Instagram influencers or professional bodybuilders or professional models who post constantly on Instagram using these amazing filters. And nobody looks like this in real life. Nobody lives a life like that in real life. So it gives this false reality that we're always trying to live up to. And in fact, a lot of psychologists have linked that specifically to depression that's taking place in so many people right now, because a lot of people see this stuff on social media. They look at their own personal life where they're not in the best shape. They're eating pizza and ice cream every night. They're a few pounds overweight. And
awesome to me.
That sounds awesome to me too. Now. But look, when you're seeing these amazingly beautiful people living these incredible lives, you're like, what's wrong with me? Well, guess what? That's not reality. That's Instagram reality.
Yeah.
What if there was a social media platform that showed you reality that didn't have that Instagram reality? No filters. It hits you up specifically at times when it knows that you're not going to be looking the best. You're not going to be in this model posing, sucking in your belly by this pool. There's a platform called Be Real. And the whole point of this is... Real. So at random times throughout the day, the Be Real app will hit you up and say, hey, you need to post right now. Regardless of where you are or what you're doing, post right now. There's no filters. There's none of this fake stuff where you can actually have a professional photographer take your picture and put it on there after, Photoshop touch-ups. No. Be Real hits you where it hurts. No matter what you're doing, where you are, it tells you when to post. So it's actually the more real version of Instagram. So it's interesting at the very least. There are some people who are still going to post amazing content because that's just the kind of person they are. But the most of us are going to look exactly like this right here. Triple chins, pizza sauce dripping down their shirt, and that's what real life actually is, whether you like it or not. And that's Be Real. So that's one word, Be Real. Check it out on the App Store. It's actually a really interesting app. I think it's a great concept. I don't think it's going to catch on really big because people love to put their best foot forward. By that, I mean use apps or use filters. But it's cool. It's a great concept.
Yeah, I mean, it may come as a shock to most people that, we don't actually use filters on our channel. We just look this bad all the time.
We naturally look this bad. So, I mean, we're one step forward.
Yeah.
It's true.
Although your beard is coming in very nicely this year, sir.
I'm pulling it off pretty well. It's true.
It's a thing. It's the 12th wonder of the world right now.
It's a thing. I like the stuttering you had going on there where you're trying to give me a compliment and you couldn't quite get it out. It's a thing, so I'll own it.
I mean, come on. You give me some slack. I've drank a lot of beer.
No, look, there's some patchy spots, but I'm getting there. I think I'd be fit for Be Real.
Be Real.
All right.
They should use Scar from the Disney Lion King. Be Real. Mess around with that. So, yeah. So I think it would be good. And it would be, that would be interesting. I would actually love to see because, even in my own world, we get to the point. Hold on a second. Even in my own world, okay. I do a lot of travel. I do a lot of things, and I post that stuff. And I love, when I have friends that go on vacation, like the Reichmans, we have, you and I both know the Reichmans. And we, when they went on vacation over in Spain, they were in Portugal, and I went right along with them. And I got to see all the stuff. And it was a wonderful trip. But what I didn't see was their headache checking in at hotels. What I didn't see was the on and on and on and on. And, those are the things. So, even when I post things here now in my own world, you guys get to see all of the things I want you to see and only the things I want you to see.
Right. Yeah.
I got to say goodbye to my Corvette today. Immediately, thinking about a boat or a C8 Corvette.
Ooh, it's coming.
Yeah, I will
I've seen
get
you drive one. It's coming. I
absolutely will be getting one. Absolutely will be getting one. But what you don't see are, when I travel, I do all this stuff. It's like, oh man, he's great. I mean, he's up there at Mike Myers' home. What's that horror writer's name? Lives in Maine.
Mike Myers?
Stephen King. He's up. I was making it Michael Myers as a placeholder. Stephen King's house. I was up at Stephen King's house, and I visit all these really cool places sometimes. But what you don't see is me sitting in a hotel in front of a computer with an air conditioner 3 inches away from me, blowing ice cold air on me or hot air on me, doing work.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what you're seeing. You don't get to see that because I don't share it with you.
Right.
I share the highlights, the good points. I want everything to be, I want it all. I share stuff. I want to say, hey, oh, that's really cool. I want to see what this is like. And I want to invite you into that part of it. But you don't necessarily need to see the out of a 24-hour day. You don't necessarily need to see the 12 hours that I put into working and other things that are boring and tedious and sometimes absolutely miserable to do that. So some site like Be Real is actually really, into my opinion, really, really cool. Because let's go with fashion, because fashion is one of those major places that has traditionally not been very realistic. There is a brand called Aerie, which I believe is a subsect of another brand that's out there as well. And they were the first and the forerunners to get rid of the Photoshop. So the stretch marks on legs and thighs and other parts of boobs, all of that stuff in their ad and campaigns are on display. And this kind of, and that resonated with a lot of people and a lot of buyers out there for their products. And I think something like this Be Real would be along that same thought process, and detract people who only ever want you to see I'm perfect in every single way, and attract a lot more of those people that want to say I'm the same as you.
Right. I think
there's nothing special.
Yeah, so it's a really interesting platform. I definitely recommend at least testing it to give it a shot.
Yeah.
I think things like this you'll see a lot more in the future. But here's the thing. So this is the last one we have on our list specifically, but there are countless social media platforms out there. I mean, regardless of what you're trying to do, what your niche is, what your business is, even if you just want to get out there for personal reasons. I mean, there are countless social media platforms out there.
Okay, so now that we've talked about the social media platforms and all these things, and we have been through a ton of them, it took us on the so West made it, just so everybody knows, West made this as a 1 week. This was 1 week that he put on here. And he actually did start out with, we obviously won't cover everything here.
I did tell you that.
He started out with that. But this was 3 weeks worth of content. And to close the 3 weeks, we are 2 hours and 12 minutes into this podcast tonight. So, I mean, it really shows you how much stuff is out there, how many things you can get involved with. And there are things that psychologically, there are places for you to go turn to and have a community of people around you that not only because of all these things, trust me, if you have a thing, it's there. If you struggle with anxiety because of XYZ, a support community is there. It is absolutely there. So, you know, I recommend that if you get a chance, delve into some of these things. If you want to advance your career, maybe look at LinkedIn, maybe look at Polywork. The was it the Telegram? No. Substack? Yeah, Substack. For me, I'm super stoked about the Substack.
Yeah.
So I can't, my appreciation for the research that Wes has done into these is very, very high, because a lot of these offer a channel for you, for me, for everyone to interact with people of the same mindset, interact with people who have the same issues, interact with people just in general. So it is absolutely wonderful. Wes, thank you so much. I mean, this was 3 solid weeks and a last video over 2 hours long to close out.
There's a lot of social media out there.
One agenda.
There's a lot. But the key word that you use that I really like is community, because that's what it's all about. Again, whether you're in there for personal reasons or trying to sell a product or a service or just talking to like-minded people, community. If you're on a platform, if you're on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, and you don't care for the community for whatever reason, there's a community out there for you. You just need to find it.
Yeah, it is there. It is absolutely there. If you are struggling in any aspect of your life, I guarantee you there are. Wait a minute. Wait. Jeff, which one of us keeps posting stupid stuff? No. So if if you have a thing in your life, let's say you're struggling and there are other people going through the similar or same thing that you are right now, you have a community to reach out to. And while I would love to say there's no value in he said me, so he's the one who keeps posting stupid stuff. No, you're fine, Jeff. You're doing a great job.
Jeff, you're amazing. We love you, Jeff.
Yeah. So if you are out there and you're struggling, there's people out there to reach out to. It really is a community, and there are people who are willing to jump in and help. Mm-hmm. So anxiety, depression, all of these things. I'm actually, I actually met my cousin. That was something I didn't talk to you about before, is actually sailing. He put in his boat in Toledo, Ohio. He posted earlier today on Facebook. He said, hey, blah, 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 from here. I'm like, dude, that's like 10 minutes, 20 minutes from my house. So I ran out and had lunch with him today.
Nice.
And they're going to be going right through the lake that's, a quarter of a mile that direction right there. Mm-hmm. They're going to be right through. They're going to be literally sailing their boat right through that freaking thing. And, because of that, because we're both on Facebook, we were to meet up and talk and communicate. It is just a way to reach out and not, it's not necessarily all the bad things and all the things that you've been. It's not all about the differences. It's about all the similarities.
That's it. That's community right there.
Yes. Right there's your community. Yes, there are different communities that may believe differently than you, but trust me, there are people out there for you. Reach out to them. They're there. Twitch, Patreon, Substack, Reddit, Telegram, Discord, which I still don't know what the hell is, and it's gonna be a great thing. So you know what? Get involved in some of them. If you need help with that, definitely do it. West and I are going to be working with a lovely lady named Lois Graham over the next couple weeks. Now that, I've got some freedom in my schedule that allows me to pick up a little bit of time. West is going to, we're going to minimize, kind of the impact on our worlds, but we are going to look at, and this is something that is completely outside of our expertise. Makeup. I talked about it a couple weeks ago, or actually last week. Makeup. We have a potential. We have a client that is selling makeup, and you can't make this. You can't make this up. All right, there's not enough base coat or whatever the heck it is it's called, gel coat in the world to make this palatable to anybody of taste. So. It's going to be something that's outside of our comfort zone. We're really super stoked and hyped about working with it. And it is 9:17 p.m. It's time to sign this one off.
It's time. So we've been going for a while now. It's been a great show. This is the last week we talk about social media alternate social media.
In a row.
In
we
a
will
row.
absolutely revisit some of these in the future.
And we will. So we'll actually give you updates as far as what we're using in the future. David, you got to give us updates about how you're using Substack. And in the meantime, I've been West. This guy's been David. And we'll see you guys next time.
Infatuated with the in-between, the ups and downs, the curves and the rounds. I bring it to your city, your hometown. I go back in time when the feeling was fine, when funkin' was legal and it wasn't a crime. Party people lined up and down the way, a bigger celebration than your birthday. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. And I have seen the world pristine, funk you up in the bushes, funk you down in the trees. Now look around, all the frowns, the yellow, the white, the red and the brown. Now keep in mind, it never costs a dime, 'cause funkin' is free, I remember the time. Now look today, the streets are gray, time to take it back to yesterday. Funkin' in the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. It was good in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt full 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.